Imagine reaching into an old coin collection, a forgotten drawer, or a dusty box in the attic and discovering a small South African 50-cent coin dated 1980. At first glance, it may seem like nothing more than an ordinary piece of old currency. Many people would probably overlook it without giving it a second thought. But what if that small coin could be worth far more than anyone expected? That possibility is exactly what makes coin collecting so fascinating. Every year, collectors around the world search for older coins that stand out because of their rarity, condition, historical importance, or unusual minting features. The 1980 South African 50-cent coin has attracted attention from collectors for these very reasons, and while many examples are common, certain pieces have become highly desirable in the numismatic market. The 50-cent coin was part of South Africa's circulating currency and was produced for everyday transactions. Millions of people used these coins to buy groceries, pay for transport, and make countless purchases during the early 1980s. Because they were handled every day, most surviving examples show signs of wear. Scratches, faded details, dents, and surface damage are very common. This means that finding a coin that still looks almost brand new decades later is much more difficult than many people realize. Collectors are always willing to pay more for coins that have remained in exceptional condition because so few have survived without significant wear. One of the first things experienced collectors examine is the overall condition of the coin. A coin with crisp lettering, strong design details, clean surfaces, and minimal marks will almost always attract more interest than one that has been heavily circulated. Professional grading companies evaluate coins using internationally recognized grading standards. Even a single point difference in the grade can dramatically affect the market value. Coins graded in mint state condition often command much higher prices than similar coins that have spent years in circulation. The design of the 1980 South African 50-cent coin also contributes to its appeal. Collectors appreciate coins that represent a particular period in a nation's history, and this coin reflects the artistic style and minting practices of South Africa during that era. Every detail, from the inscriptions to the carefully engraved images, tells part of the country's monetary history. For many collectors, owning older coins is not simply about financial value. It is about preserving a small piece of history that has survived through decades of change. Another important factor influencing value is rarity. Although many 1980 50-cent coins were produced, not every coin is equally desirable. Certain die varieties, striking differences, or minting errors can make one example much rarer than another. Collectors carefully inspect every detail under magnification, searching for unusual characteristics that separate an ordinary coin from a rare collectible. Sometimes the smallest variation can transform an inexpensive coin into one that attracts intense interest from serious buyers. Mint errors are especially exciting because they are created accidentally during production. These may include off-center strikes, double designs, clipped planchets, incorrect metal compositions, or other manufacturing mistakes. Since these errors occur unintentionally, they are often much scarcer than standard coins. Genuine mint errors can generate significant excitement whenever they appear on the market, particularly if they are dramatic and easy to identify. Collectors often pay premium prices for authenticated examples because each error tells a unique story about the minting process. Many people mistakenly assume that every old coin is valuable simply because of its age. In reality, age alone rarely determines value. A coin's rarity, demand, condition, historical significance, and authenticity all play much larger roles. There are coins that are over 100 years old yet remain relatively inexpensive because millions still exist. On the other hand, a much newer coin with a rare variety or exceptional preservation may sell for considerably more. Understanding these factors helps collectors make informed decisions when buying or selling coins. Authenticity is another critical consideration. Valuable coins often attract counterfeiters hoping to deceive inexperienced buyers. Before spending large amounts of money on any collectible coin, experienced collectors usually seek professional authentication. Independent grading services examine the coin carefully to confirm that it is genuine and accurately assign its condition. Coins that have been authenticated and encapsulated by respected grading companies generally inspire greater confidence among buyers and often achieve stronger prices at auction. The market for collectible coins changes over time. Prices can rise when collector demand increases and fall when interest decreases. Auction results, collector trends, economic conditions, and the discovery of previously unknown examples all influence market values. Because of these changing conditions, the value of a particular coin today may differ significantly from its value several years ago. This is why experienced collectors regularly monitor auction records and current market trends rather than relying on outdated price guides. Storage also plays an important role in preserving a coin's value. Even a beautiful coin can lose much of its appeal if it is improperly handled. Fingerprints, moisture, dust, chemicals, and cleaning can permanently damage the surface. Surprisingly, cleaning a coin almost always reduces its value because collectors prefer original surfaces. A naturally aged coin with its original finish is generally much more desirable than one that has been polished to appear shiny. Proper storage in protective holders helps preserve both appearance and long-term value. Many coin collections begin by accident. Someone inherits a small collection from a relative, discovers old coins while cleaning the house, or receives unusual change during everyday shopping. What starts as simple curiosity often develops into a lifelong hobby. As collectors learn more about minting techniques, historical background, and grading standards, they begin recognizing details that most people never notice. The 1980 South African 50-cent coin is one of those pieces that encourages closer examination because certain examples can be significantly more desirable than others. Collectors around the world appreciate South African coins for their distinctive history and craftsmanship. International interest has expanded over the years as online marketplaces and global auctions have made it easier for buyers and sellers to connect across different countries. A collector in Europe, Asia, North America, or Australia may actively search for high-quality South African coins to complete a specialized collection. This worldwide demand can contribute to stronger prices for exceptional examples. When evaluating any coin, provenance can also matter. Coins that come from well-known collections or have documented ownership histories sometimes attract additional attention. Auction houses frequently highlight notable collections because buyers appreciate knowing the background of a particular piece. Although provenance does not automatically increase value, it can enhance desirability for certain collectors who enjoy the historical journey of a coin. If you happen to own a 1980 South African 50-cent coin, take a careful look before making any decisions. Avoid cleaning it, rubbing the surface, or attempting to improve its appearance. Examine the details under good lighting and compare them with trusted reference images. If the coin appears unusually well preserved or displays an unusual feature, professional evaluation may be worthwhile. Even if it turns out to be an ordinary example, learning about its history can still be rewarding. Coin collecting combines history, art, economics, and detective work into one fascinating hobby. Every coin carries evidence of the period in which it circulated and the people who used it. Some traveled through thousands of hands before ending up in collections, while others remained carefully preserved for decades. This combination of history and rarity is what continues to attract millions of collectors around the globe. Stories occasionally appear about rare coins selling for astonishing amounts, capturing public attention and inspiring people to check their own collections. While these remarkable sales are usually associated with exceptionally rare varieties, unique mint errors, or coins preserved in extraordinary condition, they demonstrate the excitement that exists within the numismatic community. Every collector hopes to discover a hidden treasure that others have overlooked. Although most 1980 South African 50-cent coins are worth modest amounts, a small number of exceptional pieces have achieved much stronger prices because of their rarity, outstanding preservation, or unusual characteristics. That is why careful examination, proper authentication, and accurate grading are so important before assigning any value. Knowledge is the collector's greatest asset, and understanding what makes one coin different from another can reveal opportunities that casual observers would completely miss. So before dismissing an old 50-cent coin as ordinary spare change, remember that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. A coin that has quietly remained in a collection for decades may hold far greater interest than anyone expected. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone discovering old coins for the very first time, every coin deserves a closer look. Hidden among everyday pieces could be a remarkable example that collectors have been searching for, and in extraordinary cases, some listings and claims have reached $100,000.